Hey guys, it's your girl Shalae and I'm back today with another video. In today's video, we're going to discuss the biggest tax write-offs for small businesses. Now, one of the simplest ways to reduce your tax bill is to ensure that you're claiming all your tax deductions that are available to small businesses. And because your girl is a small business, I thought this would be a great video to come to you and, help you out to make sure you're getting those maximum deductions that you can get. So if you want to know how you can get these tax write-offs for your small business, you already know what to do. Stay tuned. Your girl's got you covered. Now, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, hi, hello, hey friends. My name is Shalae, and here on this channel is more like my lifestyle. This is like a vlog channel where I take you through my business, my daily adventures, and just some of the things that I've learned along the way. I definitely would love to have you a part of my internet family. Super easy. Click the big old red subscribe button down below and you're in just like that. And while you're at it, go ahead and give me a like because you're going to love me bringing this content to you, and I enjoy doing it. Now, guys, for some of you that are just starting your business, some people are like, Shalae, well, what is a tax write-off? What is considered a tax write-off? I got you, girl. A tax deduction is an expense that you can deduct from your taxable income. So you take the amount of the expense and then you subtract that from your taxable income. So say, for example, say your business earned $5,000 for the year, but then you spent $2,500 on a website. So then the taxable would be that $2,500. But there's a long list of write-offs that are commonly used by sole proprietors and businesses that are organized as partnerships or even LLCs. So I'm going to put out this disclaimer because I am not an accountant. I do have about 160 hours of H&R Block tax classes and a certificate. I'm just saying, I'm going to give myself pat on the back, but I am not your accountant. So I'm definitely going to refer to you to talk to an accountant. But here's a few of the write-offs that I have used in being in business as well, okay? We're going to kick things off with advertising and promotion because this is essential to any business and it's 100% deductible, okay? And this can include things like hiring someone to design a business logo for you, even if you want to print out business cards or brochures or flyers, 100% deductible. If you decide that you want to purchase an ad online or in some type of print or magazine as well, if you're a realtor, say you want to send cards to your clients, launching a new website, running a social media marketing campaign, and even if you decide to sponsor an event, all these things are 100% deductible. Now, amounts that you cannot deduct is for influence legislation. So say that you want to sponsor a political campaign or even maybe host an event, you cannot get 100% back for that. Let's move along to business meals because generally you used to be able to deduct 50% for qualifying food and beverage costs, but beginning January 1st of 2021 through December 31st of 2022, businesses can claim 100%, 100% of beverage expenses to restaurants as long as the business owner or one of your employees is present when food and beverages are provided and the expense is not lavish or extravagant or under those type of circumstances, okay? So to be eligible for this deduction, the expense must be an ordinary and necessary part of carrying on your business. So the event cannot be a lavish meal or extravagant under the circumstances. The business owner or your employees must be present at the meal. And you can deduct 100%. Now, of course, you want to discuss business as well. But even if you decided that you wanted to provide meals to your employees, if you wanted to buy them pizza for dinner when they're working till late, even meals that are provided at office parties, at picnics, these are 100% deductible. So you want to keep your documentation of the outing to include the expense, the date that it may have occurred, the place of the meal, the business relationship that you have with the person. So a good way that I like to do this is a lot of time if I'm having just say a meal at a place and we're discussing business, on the back of the receipt, I may write what was the purpose of this meal. So therefore, if I ever get audited by the IRS, I can be we were talking about the strategy on how we're going to move forward on YouTube and, how we're going to plan videos or content for 2022 or 2023 or whatever that looks like. That way I could just jog my memory because if you get audited or they speak with someone else or any of things, how it goes, right? I don't want the person to be like, no, we never talked about business at all. It's just a way for me to keep things in checks and balances for myself. But you do you, boo. Okay, you do what works for you in your business. Now, did you know that you can hire your children as well? Yeah, let me explain this. Now, as long as your children are doing legitimate work for your business, then you can hire your child and pay them $12,000 per year tax-free. You don't have to file a tax return for this, and you can use this money to help them save for college, maybe their own business, a savings account. But yeah, this will actually reduce your income as well. And I mean, if I had a child, why wouldn't you do this? You can give them, now obviously you have to be operating a legitimate business as well, okay? Keep that in mind. Now, you can also be refunded or use a deduction for interest. So say you take out a loan or use a credit card to cover your business expense, then you can deduct the interest that you have paid to the lender for the credit card company as long as you meet the following requirements, okay? That you are legally liable for the debt. Okay, so I know sometimes say if your mom or your father takes out a loan for you and you're going to use this for your business, well, you're not legally liable for that debt, right? Because it's your parents that really took out this loan for you. But if you take out a loan in your business name or just for yourself and it's for your business, then you are legally liable for that. So you can definitely claim those charges that you have spent in interest as well. You can also deduct interest payments if both you and the lender intend for the debt to be repaid. So a loan doesn't have to be repaid if it's a gift. So if someone gives you something, you don't have to pay it back. Now, if you and the lender both have a true debtor or creditor relationship, then you can claim those interests off of. But remember, gifts are not accepted as well. You can also deduct any legal or professional fees. So legal and professional fees that are necessary and directly related for you running your business are deductible as well. So this includes fees that are charged by lawyers, accountants, bookkeepers, tax preparers, and even online bookkeeping services as well. So think of QuickBooks, any type of software that you use for your taxes, you can be reimbursed for that. Any type of moving expenses. So even if you are a business and you have moving expenses like moving your supplies or maybe your inventory from one business location to another, or you guys know that I have a vending machine, as long as I keep up with all those records and things that are associated with that business move, I can get that as well. Any type of rent expense, you see me, I'm in my beautiful office, which I love, but any type of location or equipment, rental expenses, storage fees, you can deduct those as well. Keep in mind that the rent paid at your home should not be deducted as a business expense. Even if you have a home office, the rent can be deducted as part of a home office expense, but it gets a little shaky right there, okay? But salaries and benefits or vacation time that you are paying to your employees are tax deductible as long as they meet a few of the criteria as well. So the employee that you have, if they're not a sole proprietor or a partner or LLC member, then the salary is reasonable, ordinary, and necessary, and the services were actually provided as well. This does not include your children. You can also deduct expenses for startup costs. So if you spent less than $50,000 total in your business for startup costs, then you can deduct up to $5,000 of this cost immediately from your first year of operating in business as well. You can deduct your taxes and your licenses as well. So you can deduct various taxes and licensing expenses related to your business. So this can include state income tax, payroll tax, personal property tax, real estate taxes that are paid on your business property, sales tax, exercise tax, fuel tax, business license, and a partridge in a pear tree, okay? Any telephone and internet expenses. So if you have a telephone or internet fees that are an integral part of your business, then they can be deductible or deducted as a business expense. But keep in line, if you use a landline at home, you can't really deduct this because the cost of your first line even if it's used solely for work, but if you have like a second line, so like me, I have 2 cell phones as well, and that second line is solely devoted to my business, then the cost of that line is deductible. You can also deduct like travel expenses. For a trip to qualify as business travel, it has to be ordinary, necessary, and away from your tax home. Now, your tax home is your entire city or area in which you conduct your business, regardless of where you live. So you need to travel away from your home longer than a normal days of work, requiring for you to sleep like en route, maybe at a hotel. But deductible IRS approved business travel expenses will include like travel to and from your destination, however you get there, whether that's by plane, bus, train, or car. Using your car while you're at that business location, like parking fees, toll fees, or any other cost of like taxis or anything, any type of methods that are used on this business travel, meals and lodging, tips, dry cleaning, business cards, maybe shipping, baggage, any type of display materials or any other destination. So things that are similar and ordinary expenses that will be related to your business. So, but remember always, guys, like the name of this game is keeping records and documenting every type of expense, the days that you went, the days that you returned, who was with you, your mileage log as well, the vehicle that you drove, how many miles that you put on the vehicle. And I know you're like, Shalae, like, girl, you all up in there, but when the IRS comes for you and say that you owe some money, look, that's the last thing you want. You can deduct business insurance as well. So you can deduct like your business premiums or business insurance that may cover things or include things like property coverage, furniture, equipment, buildings, liability coverage, group health, vision, dental, and insurance for employees as well, professional liability and malpractice insurance, workers' compensation, auto insurance for like your business vehicle as well, life insurance that covers like your employees as long as they are part of the business or the business owner is not a beneficiary on the policy. Like, y'all can't be doing all that weird stuff, you know what I mean? But any business interruption insurance that covers the loss of your profits if your business is like shut down due to a fire or maybe people broke into things, you can get those deducted as well. Bank fees. Now, this is a big one because having separate bank accounts for like your credit cards and your business, y'all, this is always a great idea, right? Bank or credit card company charges like annual fees or monthly charges or transfer fees or overdraft fees. Normally, a lot of times these are deductible as well. You can also deduct like merchant or transaction fees for like third-party payment processing things. So like stuff on Eventbrite, PayPal, Stripe. You cannot deduct fees related to your personal bank accounts or credit cards. So what you pay personally, this all has to be done for your small business. Now, if you use a business car as well, so I don't know if you have a business vehicle or if your vehicle is solely used for business purposes, then you can deduct like the entire cost of operating that vehicle. That includes like business trips. If you use it both for like business and personal trips, then you only can deduct those costs associated with your business related usage as well. So like there's several ways that I like to do this. Like you can deduct your vehicle expenses. You can look at like your standard mileage rate as well. If you want to talk about like different apps that I use for mileage, let me know and I'll give you some of the apps that I use for being like a small business owner. But you have where you can do like the standard mileage rate, or you can do your actual expense method where it'll track like all the costs of operating your vehicle, including like oil changes, gas that you may use, tire repairs, registration fees, lease payments. You'll multiply those expenses and then you do like a percentage. Yeah, I'm probably getting a little bit too deep. Just let me know if you want to do that because there's an easier way. Also, you can deduct contract labor. Now, if you have my ebook on my vendors list, then you know that I love to contract out people to do things that I'm just not great at in business and doing. Like, you know, I can't create all the flyers. I don't try to. I don't make excuses for it. Like, I am the talent. I have to do what I am good for. However, I do outsource people who can do things that I cannot do. And guess what? It's 100% deductible, okay? So if you hire freelancers or any independent contractors to help you in your business, you can deduct this as well as their fees as a business expense. So just remember that you will pay a contractor $600 or more during the tax year, then you are required to send them a form, like a 1099 form as well, by January 31st of the following year. And if you don't know which contractors to use, definitely grab a copy of my vendors list, because I go through all the vendors that I use on Fiverr, and I must say so myself, but you know, my flyers and stuff be looking real good, but your girl didn't do them. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just have to pay to outsource, especially if you're going to get the money back. Why not make your business a little bit better? Just saying. Next, you can deduct depreciation. So when you purchase like furniture, equipment, or any other business assets, computer, there are depreciation rules that can help you spread the cost of those assets over a few years rather than taking the hit like of the full cost on a single hit. Now, fortunately, the IRS give business owners several ways to write off like the full cost in 1 year. But like when it comes to those depreciations, there's just a lot in there. Okay, it is a lot. So businesses can take advantage of like bonus depreciations as well, where you can deduct like 100% the cost of machinery, equipment, computers, appliances, furniture as well. And depreciation is really complicated, so I'm definitely going to refer you to your accountant as well, or discuss that, because there's a lot of things that you can do. But we're going to move on to my favorite, which is education, right? Because education costs are fully deductible and they add value to like your business. It increases your expertise. And there's a lot of examples of valid business education expenses that are 100% deductible. So these are like seminars, webinars, anything, any type of classes to improve your skills, maybe even like professional publications, magazines, books that are tailored to like your industry, workshops, skills, transportation expenses to and from the classes. So like, I'm always a big proponent on education and keeping those receipts, because like, guys, there's some people that, you know, they're killing it in their field. And so if you're going to be reimbursed from it on your business, why not learn from them as well? So definitely improve your skill, get better at it, educate yourself. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to office expenses, or a home office expense. Because if you're operating your business out of your home, then a portion of your housing expenses may go against your business income as well. So to qualify for like the home office deductions, keep in mind like there's two areas that you'll have to measure. You can use like a regular and exclusive use. So just say like if you're at home and, how can I put this? Say that you're at home and you're conducting business, and say you have your kitchen table, right? And this desk may be, or you're using your kitchen table as a desk, but then you're also using it as for your family to eat and prepare meals. Now, you need to kind of have it separate. If you can't use that kitchen table and be like, hey, you know, I want this as an office or business expense as well. You're going to want to keep those boundaries. So the things that are like your home office, it needs to be like in its workspace and have that documentation to prove that this is being used for your business, is not being operated as the table. So it gets a little quirky. You was able to understand what I was putting down. Dang, I'm old. Okay. Now, for the principal place of business, so your home office must be like your principal place of business. This means that you spend most of your time there, and this is where you can conduct like your important business activities as well. So that's where it comes in, for you can get some deductions for being at home. But I'm once again going to refer you to your accountant as well, because they'll let you know like the ins and outs of it and what furniture or what pieces will qualify for your home office expense as well. Then, of course, there are also like personal tax deductions that you can use for like a business owner. You can deduct like your charitable expenses, any type of childcare or daycare expenses, your retirement contributions accounts, healthcare expenses. So this is just a video I wanted to put out there because like I am a small business owner and I read a lot, and there was a lot of things that I had to learn. There was a lot of classes that I've taken, like I said, the H&R Block, to kind of help me in business, because initially I could not afford an accountant, and so I had to learn these things on my own. But now, you know, I want to definitely do videos like this as well to tell you like what you can have in your business. So let me know, do you own a business? Do you have an accountant? Have you used some of these deductions as well in your business? Do you like videos like this? Let me know all these things in the comments below, as well as would you like to know like what apps that I use to make this process a whole lot easier, because I know it's a lot, right? It's a lot to take in, but I guarantee you, like, once you get a system or a method in place, y'all, it is so easy. It's so simple. I promise you. So yeah, let me know if you like videos like this. And as always, please like, comment, subscribe. You can definitely check out my main channel where I talk about a lot of federal resources as well. But this is all I got. So I will talk to you later, Gator. Bye, guys.